many parents are asking, what do we do? You parents that have current kids at the program. First of all, let me say, I don't know. Because I don't know where they're going and how far they're willing to go to prove their prowess. But I would say this. If it's possible, and your child is still at my home right now with my staff, they'll be in school today. They'll be in the welding shop today. The best we can, they'll be out there feeding our baby calves, all of our baby goats, their sheep. They'll be currying the horses, everything but the wood shop, because I just had my wood shop teacher fired. But they'll be trying to have some semblance of a normal life today. But it is our understanding that social services will show up again with the police. If you're within flying and driving distance, and I know with COVID and with Pasco being a remote airport, you may not be able to get here in 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. If it were my child, knowing they're safer with me than they will be wherever they're going to go, if they are taking the day, I would, number one, send me a letter quickly to Miss Marla, a very legal-looking letter that says you will not allow, to me, tell me, do not allow my children to interview a CPS without my presence. They are not allowed to take my child from the property. We already aren't going to give Serenity any of your paperwork and your HIPAA-protected paperwork. Number two, I would get on a plane or in a car. I would drive or fly here. I'd pick up your child. Either take him home, take him on a road trip to my place in Missouri. I'm about to post pictures on this one here in a minute of a new cabin. I've got a beautiful new cabin that we just finished. The outside rock isn't all done and the yard isn't all graded, but it's ready to move in 3 or 4 days. We've been working on it for 2.5 years. I've got 24 beds. Beautiful place. I can move staff there. I can put boys in that place. If you want to drive them to Missouri, drive them to Missouri. That's up to you. I'll open up the doors and I'll have staff waiting for you. You do what you think is best for your kids. Just realize that in all goodwill and good faith, I knew how to do. We had good care and control of your kids. And the state of Washington, with badged cops with guns kind of menacing behind them, they're pushing me to the point where I don't know where I stand in legal footing. Jonathan's willing to go to jail today if need be to stand up for your kids and say you're not taking these parents' boys because I have a letter that you don't. And he's going to stand up and try to defend your letter and say no. And if they arrest him, he's going to allow that to happen for doing so. And then we will take this to the Supreme Court. So we're there for you. Our relationship started with you, parents. And we're trusted by you. You pay us to do our job. And we feel our first responsibility is to you to treat your child as well as you would while trying to do what life, circumstance, school, home, whatever would not allow you to do. So what would I do? If it was me personally, you don't even want to know what I'd do personally if it was my child. Because that would probably not be good, at least not to record. I'd fly in, I'd grab my boy, and I'd either take him home and see what happens, and we'll be there for you as this dust settles, or driving to Missouri and meet my other amazing staff in Missouri, and we will. You do what you think's best for your kid. I'm running out of power here. I'm running out of ability to do what you've asked me to do. So, we'll stand up to the point of going to jail. But last night they took 8 boys. None of us went to jail. They kind of bullied their way until, it's tough because you don't know what ground you really have. But today we're going to stand firmer. And like I said, Jonathan's going to get handcuffed before the day is done to protect your children. I would be the one doing it if I was there. I'm not, and I can't physically get there. Staff members died in Missouri. And his crazy, psycho, rabid family came in like vultures to try to get all of his things, battle just to keep our office stuff that was in my invalid bookkeeper Arts joint office that I paid for. It's just one more problem, but when it rains, they say it pours. And so I've been a legal run and gun battle with his family, just trying to retain my computers with your privacy and information and your credit cards and checking accounts and all of that stuff. And literally, I've gone to court and I'm in a big battle over that. It's costing me tens of thousands of dollars just to retain my own personal legal files out of my office. Live and learn. I never again going to have an office connected to the home of one of my employees. And the family who never ever visited his home because they really didn't give a stinking tinker's damn about him, now care an awful lot now that they're trying to divvy up his belongings. After 10 years of service here to the ranch and 25 years of deep friendship to me and my wife. So I can do no more. I'm calling attorneys. I'm supporting you from afar, but you honestly don't need me on the ground. I'm probably a liability there at this point with my feelings about this. Please make phone calls. Come get your kids. Do whatever it is you can do to help me in what you think is right, because we share your son's heart, and that's the God honest truth. Love you guys.